Tasking.
What's up guys, your boy Frank here, coming to you with an M4 loadout that's going to let you absolutely shred the competition in MW2. So the game's been out for about a day. I've been having fun. But one thing I've noticed, I'm sure you guys have noticed if you've been playing, is that like half the people in every lobby are currently running the M4. For one thing, it's the first gun you unlock, but I also can't really blame them because it's kind of broken right now. So I've been going through attachments and looking at videos and trying different combinations to see what works best. And I think I've found a build right now that's really balanced. It's really good in those mid to long distance engagements with accuracy and TTK, but also keeps mobility to still be competitive in close range gunfights. And so without further ado, let's get into it. So we can start with our barrel over here. I have the Hightower 20-inch barrel equipped. If you look at other builds, you're going to see the same thing. This is a pretty consensus choice, so I wouldn't really switch this out for anything. It's going to really help with those mid to long distance engagements by increasing your TTK and your accuracy. Your bullet velocity is going to go up, your damage range is going to go up, your recoil control is going to go up. For whatever reason, hipfire accuracy, but not super important. On the downside, you lose some mobility with ADS and movement speed, but those pros really outweigh the cons here. With that bullet velocity, this gun's going to feel like a laser beam. You're going to go from point A to point B super fast. The damage range increase is really noticeable. You're going to see people on the other side of the map, maybe even like sitting in a window or head glitching, because that happens a lot in this game. And you're going to like evaporate them. They're going to die like really quick, and you're probably going to win some gunfights you shouldn't be winning. In terms of recoil control, this gun definitely kicks a bit, so we're not going to ever complain about some help there. In terms of tuning, I'll come back to the tuning. For those of you that don't know, once you get a gun to max level, so for the M4 it's level 20, you can go through each individual attachment and tune it. So on the bottom here you can see I can shift it between ADS and damage range, giving more stats to one and reducing them for the other. I'll do this at the very end though, because it'll make more sense once I go through the entire build. Moving on to the muzzle, I have the F-Tac Castle Comp equipped. This is going to help with horizontal and vertical recoil while losing some ADS and aiming stability. I've been seeing a lot of people run the Echo line here, which helps with sound suppression and recoil smoothness. I'll use some range. I tried both out. The recoil smoothness on the Echo line definitely helps, but I found that the Castle Comp has much easier recoil to control. And on top of this, if you've been playing, I'm sure you've noticed that the main benefit of suppressors, which is you don't appear on the minimap when you shoot, is completely gone, because that's just not a part of this game. When people shoot unsuppressed weapons, they're not going to appear as red dots on the minimap. I don't really think that's a good idea, but regardless, this has made suppressors much less meta. And with the sound suppression here, like, people still hear you shoot. So you can try the Echo line. I would definitely recommend trying different attachments and see what you like, but definitely wasn't for me. And if you're wondering, the Crown 50 and the Castle Comp, they both help with recoil in both the vertical and horizontal planes, but the Crown 50 helps with more horizontal recoil, and the M4 kicks up and down, so I would recommend the Castle Comp here. In terms of the Underbarrel, I'll come back to this because there's a couple options here, but in this current build, I'm skipping it. For ammunition, don't put any. None of these are particularly helpful. You're not going to want to waste an attachment slot here. Also, some of the ammo's still locked. I'll probably drop a video on the gunsmith as a whole later. These are locked because it's for an individual weapon that I have to level up, and then unlock it for all of the weapons. It's a little confusing. So, for the magazine, some people here run the 45 round mag, and I understand that they want that extra mag capacity. For me though, all the attachments we've been putting on for the M4 are really reducing that mobility, and I want to make a really balanced build, especially for my playstyle, and honestly the game as a whole, like, it's still really quick and fast paced in COD. So you don't want to be running around with really slow ADS and sprint to fire, and like some dude just like jumps in front of you, slides in front of you, and you can't even like aim down onto him to kill him. He's just gonna like shred you with an SMG. So here I skipped, didn't choose an extendo mag because honestly also 30 is like more than enough considering the really quick TTK in this game. You can get like 2, 3, maybe even 4 pieces pretty easily with a 30 round mag. But if you want some extra mag capacity, go with 45. Everybody pretty much agrees that 60 is just way too much. This thing's gonna feel like super heavy, so don't go with that. For the grip and stock combo, there's a couple options here. I like best the Tempus P80 strike stock and the Sakin, however you say it, ZX rear grip. The strike stock is going to help with mobility that's been reduced over and over. Your sprint speed goes up, aim walking speed goes up. Crouch movement speed, not super important, but your ADS goes up, which is great, while losing some aiming stability and recoil control. Aiming stability with this gun is like not bad at all. It's also a fully auto weapon, so it's like not super important. And then in terms of recoil control, you've seen us like really buffing that with other attachments, so not worried about that. With this I combo this with the Sakin ZX grip, which helps with recoil control again and reducing aiming stability. So as you'll see, I'm gonna roll some footage later. This gun is a laser beam. Some other options, I see a lot of people run the Corio Factory, which is also really good. This is going to help with recoil control and aiming stability while reducing some of those mobility stats. And then they usually combo this with the Sakin grip. I would recommend comboing this with the Phantom grip or the X10 grip, which are better for movement speed and mobility. Because you're going to notice that this stock, the Corio really helps with recoil control. But your gun's going to feel really slow. So if you throw on a grip there to make it feel a little quicker, it's also going to be a really good combo. You can try this with the Sakin ZX grip. It's really good for long distance. But in those close quarter situations, you're probably going to get shredded. But definitely give them a go. I would mostly recommend the strike stock and Sakin, and then the Corio and the Phantom grip. For the optic, I don't like the M4 iron sights, so I'm running the Cronen mini red dot. If you like the iron sights, great for you. That means you can use that attachment elsewhere. But I found it just kind of clunky and obstructive, so I went the Cronen mini red dot here. I wouldn't recommend any of the more zoomed in sights, because it's going to slow down your gun even more, and those are really huge and obscure your vision. The Cronen's really nice and clean. If you have any of the other like reflex sights, like the Slimline or SC Mini, you could also go for those. Those look even better. I have not unlocked those because I haven't used those guns. And if you don't have an optic, you could probably use this attachment for the underbarrel. I wouldn't recommend any laser. I tried the canted vibro. If you've seen some like clips on TikTok or YouTube of people using this with the tack, it shreds and it's really OP. But with the M4, there's too much recoil for it to be any good, at least in my opinion. For the underbarrel, I would personally recommend the Sharkfin, which is going to help with aiming idle stability. People have also been going with the pineapple or the demo grip. The demo grip's just like a more extreme version of the Sharkfin, and the pineapple helps with recoil steadiness, hipfire accuracy, and hipfire recoil control. But as you see, these also reduce your mobility again, and like out of all the attachments we've put on so far, I'd prioritize this. I put this at the bottom of the priorities, and it's gonna feel even slower. So I would personally recommend the Sharkfin here. And now we can look at the tuning. So for the most part, I'm leaving this pretty balanced, because that's what I've already done with the attachments. You're not going to need much tuning as a whole. As you see here, I've just left it completely a default for the barrel. You could try messing around with increased damage range a little bit. I liked having that ADS. And then in terms of recoil steadiness and aim walking speed, you want a good balance between long distance accuracy while also being able to move quick, so leave that there. For the castle comp, I maxed the gun kick control just so I can get some more of this the recoil control, which really helps. Aiming idle stability, not super important. This gun's already pretty stable, so you can min-max that and probably have no worries. Again, here on the left side, I left it even between recoil stabilization and ADS, just for that balance between accuracy and stability. Sakin grip, again, balanced. You could try increasing the sprint to fire speed. I did that for a bit. but the aiming eye stability was a little hard to control at those long distances. The gun was swaying a little too much. Definitely still good and effective, but in my opinion, was not super worth the trade-off. Again, here on the left side, you see the balance between steadiness and ADS. For the strike stock, again, balanced. It's already a stock for mobility, so I didn't want to mess with this too much. And then for the red dot, again, leaving this balanced. I tried maxing the ADS and reducing the flinch resistance. You could reduce it a little bit towards ADS, just because the TTK is really quick, and with the flinch resistance, you can shoot through people. If you have the phantom grip, I would not recommend reducing your flinch resistance even more, because you're going to get shot and just kick up really high. But with this current build, if you want to like reduce the flinch resistance a bit, it's probably fine. But I'm leaving it at balanced. And then for the eye position, I was confused with this at first, but I looked into it. Close and far just means how far your character's like eye is from the gun. So if it's far, he's gonna be holding the gun like this when he ADS's, and if it's close, he's gonna do it like this. I would just leave it at balance. That's what I'm used to through playing CODs and other FPSs. That's what you're probably used to. You can experiment with it, maybe even just try it for fun. But I would definitely recommend balance. So yeah, that's my M4 build. Let me know what you guys think. Try yourself, try your own combinations. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Keep in mind that what you prefer might vary depending on your play style and also the map that you're on. So try different M4s and try them on different maps as well. But this gun, I'm going to show you some footage. This gun is definitely one of the most OP guns right now in the game. So don't miss out. You'll also get it to gold in like probably 2-3 hours, to be honest. But yeah, I'll show you that footage, and thank you guys for watching.
this man hopped on things immediately.
Switching max!
I can't wait for you guys to be in my COD video, even though you're not playing my game.
Switching max!
On site.
There's a siege wall there.
Next hard point.
How'd you let them get there, dog?
I told you I went around. Ah!
I almost killed her.